We're here
for another episode of Southern
Sassy.
And we're going to talk about tips for a happy marriage, annoying habits. Well, your husband probably doesn't have
No,
any.
it's annoying. Things that you do, your husband does that annoy you. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. Hoping they don't hear this show.
Yeah, and then we'll talk about the fight over the mayonnaise at my house. And how just one won't do.
Yeah. So we have a great show planned for you today, so stay with us today on
Southern Sassy.
Well, hi, welcome to Southern
Sassy.
We have some great tips today for a happy
marriage. And they're from the internet, so they're all true.
Yes, but we also have kind of talked around to different people. We know this is part of it, so we're going to actually give you some advice for a happy marriage.
You don't have to take it, but we're going to give advice anyway.
That's right. And if you have some tips you want to share with us, go to Facebook, Southern Sassy. Give us your tips of what we may not even cover today.
Yeah, how to keep your marriage happy.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, J. Marie, I know you've researched this. So.
Well, not a lot, but the number one tip. Well, one tip is to listen. How often do you listen? Do you do more talking than listening in your marriage?
I can listen and do a lot of things at the same time, so I don't know.
Does your husband listen to you?
Oh, no.
How do you know?
No, I don't think so, because I'll ask the question and he's like, oh, I didn't hear that. But listening is a great tip, yes.
Yeah, but like listen and actually hear what they say. You can pretend to listen. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mine will ask me a question, I'll answer, and then 5 minutes later, ask me the question again, and I'll go, I've already answered that question.
Yeah.
Like, what'd you say?
Yeah, well then, see, when that happens to me, it's like, I don't want to tell you again.
Yeah,
if
I know.
You had listened
That's
the first
annoying.
Time.
Again.
No, that's in the other subject, the annoying part.
The annoying part.
So that is good. And you know, one of the ones that I see more frequently than ever is lack of communication. Mm-hmm. You know, not talking. You know, we've talked a little bit, you and I have talked a little bit about that.
Well, after you've been married for so long, it's like, I don't want to talk about the weather, I don't really want to talk about work, you know.
Yeah.
And you just kind of sit there and...
But talk about something.
What do you talk about?
I don't know, maybe it's good to say, hey, honey, how's your day been today? What's happening? What happened today?
Yeah.
You know, just to open the conversation.
But then you have to listen to it. It's back to the tip number one.
Yeah, that's true too. But you know, talking is very important, and I think that there's too much of this going on all the time.
Well, that's true. I mean, I have seen people that go out to eat, you know, and both couples are sitting here scrolling their phone. Yeah, I have seen that.
I mean, how do you communicate when you're always doing that?
I guess you send them a text.
Oh gosh! Like, look up, smile.
I'm sending you a text. I'm communicating.
Yeah, that is.
Oh, my crew does that. If somebody's upstairs and somebody's downstairs, you don't yell in the house anymore. You send a text.
Yeah. And also, you know, we talked about making time for each other. Because I mean, I find myself being guilty of that sometimes. Do you?
What do you do?
Well, I mean, I feel like that I give so much time to this, and then I just, you know, I don't give enough time back.
Are you saying you ignore your husband?
No, I don't ignore him.
Maybe I should ask your husband if he feels ignored.
Not actually ignoring him. I just feel like there should be a balance, and sometimes I have a hard time doing a balance with it. You know, and do you? I mean, you're a business owner.
Yeah.
Is that hard for you to do, to balance your act?
We all know. It takes thought and planning and processing.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. That's not organic. You got to go. Okay, I need to go by his office and say hey, or he'll come by my store and say hey, you know, or something like that.
Yeah. Something to keep it kind of fresh.
Well, you have to think about it. You have to plan.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like we go through the, you know, like where you're kind of hitting all cylinders and everything feels hunky-dory, and then you kind of, like, you're more of a roommate and a friend rather than a wife and a mother. Does that make sense? You know, sometimes you feel more lovey-dovey, and sometimes you just feel more, okay, we got to get through the day-to-day routine.
Yeah.
You know, feed the dogs, get the kids here to, you know, and we're great roommates. You know, you kind of go through cycles.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. But I also think you also have to have a romantic date.
Yeah, we're pretty bad about that.
Yeah, but I think you still have to have that.
Yeah.
You know, where you dress up and go out to dinner.
Take a shower.
Yeah.
Brush your hair. What do you think about it? You've been at work. Okay, you've been at work all day long. You know, you don't.
Yeah.
Let's meet and go eat Mexican. Is that a romantic date?
No.
Okay, what's a romantic date?
A romantic date is planning. Like, okay, so Saturday night we're going to go out to dinner, and we're going to go to the club, or we're going to go wherever. And so it's kind of like you build up to that, and
The
you
anticipation.
yes, and you dress up, and you go out. It's not like the same thing as afternoon. You get home and like, oh, what are we going to do? I don't know. What do you want? I don't know.
You could grab a salad, or
it's not that. It's like a planned date night.
So it doesn't have to be expensive. It just needs to be planned.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so, because that makes it more special.
So you're saying like romance to you is like someone thought of you and planned ahead.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't you think so?
Well, yeah. I mean, I agree.
No.
I mean, I understand what you.
No, a romantic
just plan
date.
for Judy. She's fine with that.
No, planned date, to me, a romantic planned date. All right, so here's my thinking. All right, so they made reservations somewhere nice. I mean, it didn't have to be nice, but somewhere. And then, and then that afternoon while you're getting dressed, the doorbell rings, and guess what? There's flowers.
Oh, I thought you said your boyfriend came home.
You got flowers delivered. And then during dinner, then guess what? There might be a little surprise gift. I mean, you never know.
Boy, that romantic date got expensive real quick. I thought you said it didn't have to be expensive. You got him making reservations, buying you flowers, and a gift. And I bet you went and bought a new dress. So that is a pretty expensive romance. So romance to Judy is money.
Oh my, no. I just I went way off on that. No,
I know what you mean,
just a planned date.
Like a special night where you put your phones down and you actually have a conversation.
And you get your evening dress out. No.
Your high heels.
Even it could be at home. I mean, really, there are very romantic times that you can have to be at home for dinner.
Well, that's true.
Yeah.
We've cooked together a couple times, and that's kind of fun. Like the kids will come home and we'll all be in the kitchen. And bonding time, I guess, is a better word for that.
Yeah, that is a good time.
Yeah, but then you're talking about other things, and you're cooking together, and it's a little more relaxed, and nobody's on their phone, and you're not just staring into space.
Well, let me ask you this. What about moving on with these tips? How importantly is it for you, like, to think about being honest?
I'm a terrible liar. I don't even have to think about that.
Really?
My mom told me from an early age, I start lying and I break out and hide.
So you can tell?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that was on the list. So I thought, that's always important.
I know some women that have secret credit cards, that shop online. Their husbands don't know about it.
Like
that.
Keep their stuff in the trunk until they're going to work.
Cut all the tags off and then kind of wash it, make a little, they've had it,
Ooh, well,
yeah, I mean, and
I've done a little. I will say I have done all that.
Have you really?
I bought things, put them in the trunk, and I just hadn't brought them out yet.
Oh.
I don't think it's a big deal, though.
I don't ever do that. I just pull them out and take my lumps.
Then he says, "Oh, that looks nice. Is that new?"
Yeah.
I had that.
Yeah.
Well, I had it for a week or two in my trunk.
Well, if he notices you got on something new, then that's attention.
Oh,
that would be
yes, that's
romantic
good
if he
attention.
noticed you had on something new.
Yep. Hey, we have to go to break.
Okay.
Oh my goodness. When we come back, what are we going to be talking about?
I think we're going to talk about the annoying habits of our husbands.
That can be difficult.
Unless your husband's perfect, like mine, and then I have nothing to worry about.
Yeah, neither do I. So. All right, so we'll be right back again today on Southern
Sassy.
Does your husband annoy you? Some things that happen.
If you're honest, you said yes. On occasion.
On occasion. And what are those things that annoy you? Well, we did a little bit of research. We know what are the top 10 things that men do or your husband does that annoy you. Doesn't have to be your husband. It could be a significant other, whatever.
True.
Well, what do you think? What do you think is?
It's not necessarily things they do on purpose. It's just like maybe habits or things that happen. Like snoring.
Snoring, yeah.
I think every man snores. Some more than others.
Yeah, snores like a big giant. Yeah, that would get on your nerves.
Yeah.
How about clicking the teeth?
Clicking their teeth? What is that? Clicking their teeth? How do you click? Yeah. Like that?
If you don't have real teeth, you click them.
If you don't have real teeth. Like if they got dentures?
No.
No, my grandfather used to do that. Oh, now I know what you're talking about. Like you cluck your dentures. My grandfather used to do that.
Goodness.
I know what you're talking about now.
Or this.
Suck your teeth. You're about these teeth. This is gross. This took a turn for the worse.
Well, it's in the stove. I can't help it. All right, picks his fingernails. Sometimes with a folded
knife.
up dollar bill.
Picks his fingernails and
With a
toenails with
dollar
a
bill.
knife.
No, oh, with a knife?
Yeah. I guess so that way if he slips, he cuts off his toe or his finger. Serves him right. I mean.
No, what I was going to say is this particular research said picking their fingernails with a dollar folded up. They fold up a dollar and they pick their fingernails.
Yeah.
I've never actually seen anybody do that. Have
It's
you?
better than picking your nose. I reckon if you got to pick something, pick at your fingernails. But I've never seen anybody do a dollar bill.
Well, that's what the research says.
Okay.
Research says
Okay.
picking the dollar, picking it with a dollar. Yes.
What about clothes? Does your husband hit the hamper? Do you have a hamper?
I have a hamper.
Is it
he hits
used?
it.
Does
Yeah,
he?
yeah, yes. I do. How about yours?
Yeah, he's better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you talk about clothes. Well, how about does your husband ever come out with stripes and plaids, like mixed?
Do you mean my husband never matches?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Does that happen?
But not necessarily stripes and plaids.
Oh, okay.
But sometimes I just look and he goes, this doesn't look right, does it? I said, "Yeah, let's change one or the other. Yeah. So we've been married long enough now, he'll go, okay.
Yeah, is that it?
Yeah.
Yep, I got you. All right, how about now this one? Leave shoes out in the bedroom. Like, drives me bananas.
You know how to fix that?
How?
Get a new puppy that loves shoes, and she'll pick up a shoe and she'll take it somewhere and she'll rip the insole out of it, and it can be in the yard or the living room or the den.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
So puppies take care of that, huh?
Oh, absolutely. Well, you would think, but then when they're still in the floor, I just look at them and go, huh, they won't be there when I get home. Saves me all kinds of work.
Oh my, that is annoying though to
Yeah,
me.
but-
Like you clean the house up. And
When you
then-
trip over them, because
Yeah.
I'm walking through the house, usually on my phone, and I don't see them, and I'll trip over them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
drives me crazy.
What about trash on the counter?
I don't.
Like they open something and or they wipe something up with paper towel and just leave it laying on the counter, and you walk in, it's like the trash can's right here and the counter's right here, but it just came back into the trash can.
Yeah,
I mean, I can
can
walk through the house just picking up. Like I was like, did they just leave this thinking I was going to be bored and I needed something to do?
What about this one? I get it.
Yeah.
What about like you clean up the kitchen, everything's ready, finished, you want to go sit down, watch a little bit of TV or whatever, just relax for your day? Well, then like, they go in for dessert or something and leave the dishes in the sink. It's like, really? Because I just spent my time putting it up.
Oh, well, at least I made it to the sink. If that happens, mine don't usually get rinsed out. My crew doesn't rinse out dishes.
Oh.
So the next morning you have to scrub them. But now my husband's pretty good about cleaning up the kitchen at night. So now
You
the
don't-
kids
you
are
don't do
gone,
that
it's
one.
not as big of a deal. But
All right, well, going on to the list here. Imitates like commercials on TV.
oh
Do
yeah,
you have
kind of
one?
repeat stuff.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You got
oh, yeah.
anything?
Well, he doesn't really. I usually do that just because there's a commercial that's got my husband's name in it. It's like Mike. That's my husband's name. What day is it? Mike. What day is it? I know you hear me. It's hump day. Yeah.
Good gosh.
So
That's a good one.
I pick on him. No, but he does tell like corny jokes. Does it?
Does that annoy you?
After you hear him about 50 times, it gets a little old, but
Does it-
it's kind of like dad jokes.
Yeah.
Like my dad used to do it. He'd tell you the same stories, tell you the same jokes
Does
over
he
and over and
forget
over.
that he told you, or did you just forget
Probably
you heard it?
Probably both.
All right. Well, okay. Sits on the couch watching sports and pretends he's listening to you. Oh yeah. Well, that we just kind of talked about that.
Yeah. No.
Yeah. Really.
You know when they just tune you out. We call it selective hearing. It's a disease.
Yeah. Have you ever gotten up in front of the TV and just like went like this?
Yeah. But then he's usually on his phone, so it doesn't do any good now.
Yeah.
I'm like, what are you doing
head
on your
down?
computer? Yeah, got on the
Head
computer or
down.
the phone.
Yeah.
Or I'll change the channel. And he's like, I was watching that. I was like, no, you weren't. Your eyes were closed. He's like, I was just watching my eyelids, but I was listening to it.
All right, here's a fix for that. All right,
Oh.
tell him you're going shopping and out to dinner and see how long it takes him to realize you're gone. When he calls and asks, where are you can honestly say, I told you I was leaving. Hey, you know
I
what?
might try that.
We
didn't
didn't
think
tell the
about that.
answers to these, did we? All right, so.
Oh,
if
there's
you're-
answers?
Yeah.
Oh, I just
all right,
thought we were just
so-
listing habits.
Yeah.
I told you how to fix the shoe thing, though, with the puppy
Yes,
dog.
you did. Oh, now for the breathing, for the snoring,
Yeah.
you can get the
The strips,
yeah. Picks his fingernails. Okay, you can,
Yeah.
every time you see him picking his nails, start singing, "I'm in the money," and then
What?
keep the money.
Oh, because with the dollar
Yeah,
bill. Yeah,
yeah,
see, I don't
yeah.
have that issue with the dollar bill.
Right.
Though, so,
All right. Now, this is something I would not do. You know, when they mix in the plaids and the stripes,
Yeah.
arrange his clothes in the closet so he won't be doing that.
oh, I
No,
have done
no
that.
doing
Well, I
that.
did go through and put like things together. So.
Yeah, right. Okay. And the dirty dishes, just don't wash anymore. Anything that doesn't make it to the dirty clothes hamper. Oh, that's the
Oh,
shoes.
yeah, I've done that.
The clothes, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when he runs out of clean underwear, tell him you washed everything that was in the hamper. All right, that's a good one. I like that. So, all right, coming up next, we're going to be talking about.
Oh, we're going to, like, how many mayonnaises and ketchups do y'all have at your house? And when you can't agree on what to stock in your pantry?
We need a marriage counselor here today, actually. So, all right, we'll be right back here on Southern
Sassy. All right, welcome back to Southern Sassy. Now we're going to talk about, I want to say being picky, but it's not really being picky. Everybody was raised different. And so when you marry your partner or significant other, you may not agree with some of the things they agree with, like picking a church if you choose to go to church, Methodist, Baptist, whatever. But then there's two different kinds of services these days.
Oh, yeah, there are.
I mean, there's like a traditional and the a lot of early services are contemporary, I hear. We have traditional where we go, but then the early service is a little more praise music or whatever. So do y'all agree on what kind of service? Or?
Yeah,
Okay.
we do. We don't have a problem with that
So
part.
that's not a big deal y'all have.
No.
We're kind of the same way. We did early contemporary when
Yeah.
we lived somewhere else and our kids were little and they were up already and the early service just happened to be contemporary. And so the kids kind of like that. You know, we could eat donuts and drink coffee in the little fellowship hall, but yeah, we're either one to me.
But it's a subject that a lot of marriages probably need to talk about prior to getting married.
Well, you
because
probably
that's
wrestle with
important.
it. Or if you're going to one certain church and then you change your mind or one wants to change and visit something else, you know, I guess that is, you know, that could be a point of contention, I guess.
Yeah. Hey, you know, what about a food? Are you the more healthy one or is your husband?
It's not, our meals are pretty well rounded. I mean, I would always cook meat and 3 or meat and 2 when the kids were home, and now it's just us. It's like, our meals are pretty good. It's our snacking in between that's pretty.
Is it at night, like after dinner?
Yeah, or when we walk in from work, like one or both of us didn't get a chance for lunch. Somebody skipped breakfast. We're starving. We're opening the chips. We're eating whatever's on the counter. You know, so we're eating the junk.
See, that's another thing, is being on the same schedule.
Yeah, yeah.
See, that can really, really make it hard because I eat breakfast, my husband eats breakfast, but I don't eat as much breakfast. But sometimes, you know, he eats a heavier breakfast, so therefore he's not hungry at lunch. And then, and neither am I really. But then sometimes he eats lunch and then I'm not hungry at dinner, but he is. I mean, it's hard at night when you don't know how to plan.
Well, or like, he had lunch at 11:30. I had lunch at 2:30.
So that's what
then
I'm
it's
talking
like,
about.
okay, well, I had an early lunch. I want, you know, dinner at 6. Well, I just ate lunch. So yeah, that's kind of difficult.
Yeah, it is.
I agree. I agree.
And I have to ask you this. You know, being from the South as we are, a lot of people and a lot of couples have different opinions about grits.
Really?
Yeah.
What's wrong with grits?
Well, I mean, the way they...
I mean, grits are oatmeal. I've heard that, like if you marry a northerner.
Well, how they eat them. Like, some people eat sugar in their grits.
No.
I don't, but
I've never heard of that.
Really?
Really? You eat sugar in your grits?
No, but when I was growing up,
Oh,
we
really?
did.
No. Butter, and salt, pepper.
Where did you eat sugar? Sugar
Or
in your
cheese.
Did you have sugar in your gravy? I had sugar in the gravy, sugar in the grits,
No.
sugar in the tea,
Oh, yeah.
sugar in the
Sugar in the
cornbread,
tea, yeah.
sugar in
Butter beans.
and sugar in everything.
Yeah.
I think that's what happens a lot
Yeah.
of times, don't you?
I ain't never done the grits, though.
Try it. It's not bad. If you like grits, I don't particularly like grits, but I remember,
My
I
mama
remember
put
doing
sugar in
that.
anything we didn't like, I think, and that's
Really?
kind of why sugar wound up in everything, just to get us to eat it.
Do you drink tea with sugar or without?
I don't drink tea now, but when I did, yes, I would drink sweet tea.
Why don't you drink tea? It's a Southern thing.
Well, I just prefer water.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. I'm just trying to get better.
that
Green
is-
tea I'll drink.
Oh,
Yeah.
well. See, I think, and I've always heard that just tea is okay. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't have any carbonation in it or
Oh, that's
anything.
true.
So it's okay to have tea
Yeah,
as
I
long
don't
as
think
you
it's
can have
that
the
bad.
sugar. Yeah.
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 Now, were you raised on like 2 different mayonnaises?
No, mayonnaise has never been a big deal to me.
What mayonnaise? No, ours is, because I was
I like
raised.
salad dressing.
See, the salad dressing was the one I was raised on. My husband was raised on what he calls real mayonnaise. And so
I can't handle
we
them.
finally we buy 2 mayonnaises.
Really?
Yeah.
You like that salad dressing?
That's what I was raised on. We'd eat mayonnaise sandwiches, and that's what we ate. You know?
Mayonnaise sandwiches?
Yeah.
Did you ever have lettuce, tomato? You ever have lettuce, mayonnaise sandwich? Just
No,
lettuce and mayonnaise?
No, just mayonnaise.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Ew.
So,
Ew, do you eat them now?
anyway, we still love them.
Okay, all right. And we love you guys too. So, hey, I hope you've enjoyed the show here, Southern
Sassy.
And check us out on Facebook on Southern Sassy. See you next time.
Bye.
Huh? What'd you think about that?
I don't know what to say about it.
I thought it was a good show.
I'm perfect.
He agreed with everything. I
yeah.
speak of honesty and the truth.
So what I want to know, are you going to bring my flowers?
And
make
again,
that
you got to bring flowers
I'm on
and
the way to the flower shop now.
And what I want to know is, what Mexican restaurant did you make reservations at?
That's
There-
it.